بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد. يقول الإمام الطحاوي رحمه الله تعالى: وأفعال العباد هي بخلق الله تعالى وكسب من العباد. Imam al-Tahawi rahmatullah alayhi says that actions of the servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are there originally from the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and humans, servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they also have limited ability to perform those actions. وَلَمْ يُكَلِّفُهُمْ إِلَّا مَا يُطِيقُونَهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not give order to mankind except that much how much they are able to perform. وَلَا يُطِيقُونَ إِلَّا مَا كَلَّفَهُمْ. And humans, they do not have ability except that much how much is there into the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَهُوَ حَاصِلُ تَفْسِيرُ قَوْلِ. And it is the essence of this sentence which we say, لَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. There is no power and might in performing something good, or there is no power and might in staying away from something bad except by the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the tafsir? تقول لا حيلة ولا حركة لأحد عن معصية الله إلا بمعونة الله. There is no planning, there is no movement for anybody that he could stay away from the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala except by the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ولا قوة لأحد على إقامة طاعة والثبات عليها إلا بتوفيق الله تعالى. And there is no power to anybody on staying steadfast onto the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to be firm onto the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala except by the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَكُلُّ شَيْءٍ يَجْرِي بِمَشِيئَةِ اللَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ وَعِلْمِهِ وَقَضَائِهِ وَقَدْرِهِ. And everything functions under the mashiyyat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, under the ilm of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, under the qada and qadar, under the taqdeer and fate and predestiny of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. غَلَبَتْ مَشِيئَتُهُ الْمَشِيئَاتِ كُلِّهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mashiyyat overpowers everybody's mashiyyat. Allah's wish overpowered everybody's wish. You know, that hadith Qudsi, that simple hadith Qudsi, by which you will understand all this whole paragraph. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Anta turid wa ana urid, wa la yakunu illa ma urid. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressing human being says that, oh human, you plan and I plan. You plan and I plan, but only that will happen which I have planned. Which I have planned. And if you submit to my will, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I will be happy with little which you will perform. And if you will not be happy with my taqdeer and you will struggle, then you will become tired and you will get nothing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us iman like Sahaba. So it said, غَلَبَتْ مَشِيئَتُهُ الْمَشِيئَاتِ كُلِّهَا. Allah's mashiyyat dominates over all mashiyyat. Allah's wish dominates onto all wishes. وَغَلَبَ قَضَاؤُهُ الْحِيَلَ كُلِّهَا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's taqdeer dominates onto every planning. You know, many times you must have experienced that you plan for something and your plan was going on exactly on target, but when result came, it was totally against your planning. Why? Because Allah's taqdeer dominates on your planning. غلبت قضاؤه على الحيل كلها. Allah's taqdeer and qada, it has, it overpowers, it dominates on all planning. That is why Ali radiallahu ta'ala who used to say, Araftu Rabbi bifaskhil azaim. I gain ma'rifat of my Rabb subhanahu wa ta'ala. I gain ma'rifat of my Rabb subhanahu wa ta'ala because so many plans of mine were broken. So when my plans were broken, that is when I came to know that, oh Allah, it is only your plan and your wish and your qada. At the end it dominates. So, Araftu Rabbi bifaskhil azaim. I came to know my Rabb subhanahu wa ta'ala because I had planned, I had intended, but I had to break my intention. I had to break my plan. I had to let go my plan because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's intervention. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give us iman onto taqdeer. And this period, I've been saying, this period of pandemic, one can safely say that it is the period of experiment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to practice onto the Aqidah of taqdeer. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to be firm onto the Aqidah of taqdeer, and that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed more than 20,000 examples into the pandemic of ta'un. Into the pandemic of ta'un. Imagine how adjusted they were. Muaz ibn Jafar radiallahu ta'ala burying his two wives into the same pandemic. Muaz ibn Jafar radiallahu ta'ala burying his own son. And Muaz ibn Jafar radiallahu ta'ala at the end he became buried. And when you have iman on taqdeer, that's a beauty with us. Whenever we go through bitter period, just value your iman. Wallahi, if you don't have iman, then that bitter period can become killer to you. Go and see non-Muslims. Go and see non-Muslims who are empty from the aqidah of taqdeer. So they cannot cope. Some bitter intervention, they will call it intervention of nature. But we will say that intervention from the taqdeer of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And sometimes they are very, very bitter. Very, very bitter. But your iman, that, amantu bil aqdari kulliha hulubiha wa murriha. We say, I brought iman onto Allah. I brought iman onto angels. I brought iman onto the books of Allah. I brought iman onto the messengers of Allah. I brought iman onto the life after death. I brought iman onto death itself. I brought iman onto grave and the happening of the grave. Exactly on the same way you say, Amantu bil aqdari kulliha. I have brought iman on all taqdeers. All taqdeers. I have brought iman on them. First you say, you don't open it up. First you say, I have brought iman onto all taqdeers. And taqdeers are they have two types of taqdeer. They have two different nature. They have two opposite nature. One, huluwiha, very sweet, very sweet. Oh, I win 1 million in this year. Very sweet. And murriha, and sometimes very bitter. I had made £1 million within my hard work of 20, 30 years, and 1 minute all of them are gone. It's very bitter. It is very bitter. But when you have iman, then although it is bitter, it is very bitter. But you still say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that whether it is bitter days, you are my Rabb. And whether it is happy days, you are my Rabb. Whether someone is born in my family, you are my Rabb. And whether I have lost someone very dear and near one of mine, you still my Rabb. And that is very, one can safely say, practicing period on your iman. Physically you face bitterness, and spiritually your iman must be going sky high. And you are not being forced. Al-aynu tadma wal qalbu tahzun. Eyes will tear and heart will be saddening. And Allah didn't say, Allah could say, you have no permission to cry. Have we got any right to object against Allah? That why did you stop me from crying? He could say, no, he said, no. Naturally, as long as you don't, break the boundaries and you don't commit unnecessary sorrow and grief, you are allowed. Natural pain and grief and agony and its declaration, you are allowed. You are allowed. And how much you are allowed? That much, even your tears will become very weighty into the scale of deeds. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't enjoy taking some of your beloved away from your family. He doesn't enjoy. Does he get out of anything? No. He doesn't get anything. But, somehow the other, you are benefiting. Although it is very bitter, but you are benefiting. Amantu bil aqdari kulliha hulubiha wa murriha. Whether they are sweet, whether they are bitter, I have brought iman. And no human in this world, laqad khalaqna al-insana fi kabad. Allah has said into the Quran that we have created human beings into difficulties, into troubles. No person in this world can say that I had spent my whole life trouble free. So that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is what we learn about the mas'ala of taqdeer. Last week I was sweating when I was going through this paragraph. But it's Allah made it easy. If we understood little bit, then it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it easy. Oh Allah, you make every aqidah easy for us to digest, to believe, to live and die onto every aqidah of Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah. This pandemic period, du'as becomes accepted very quickly. In this pandemic period, it is the period of recruitment. There is Rahmani recruitment going on, and there is Dajjali recruitment going on. For some people, this pandemic period, it will turn out to be very, very fruitful. Very fruitful. They will keep on cashing from the treasures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make us from them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from them. And there will be many people, they will be losing out. Majority of them, they will be losing out. Or knowingly or unknowingly, they will be recruited by the Dajjali forces. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. So that is what وَغَلَبَ قَضَاؤُهُ الْحِيَلَ كُلِّهَا. Very comprehensive sentence. Allah's taqdeer has ghalaba over all plannings. Everybody will see in their life that you had planned for something, and you must plan. We are into the Darul Asbab. You left your house making wudu, coming for Isha, and you were committed deadly until Masjid. And all of a sudden something such weighty happens that you have to leave even just by the door. So, we are into the Darul Asbab. We must make all the planning, all the arrangement, all the Asbab. We must adopt. We must not leave it that, no, taqdeer will do. No, that is not the right belief about taqdeer. We must do everything, and after you do everything, and if results go totally against you, then you must say that, oh Allah, you provided me an opportunity that I will increase in my aqidah of taqdeer. Nothing else. Oh Allah, it is very bitter. Sometimes you will say, my eyes are crying. My heart is sad. Drowned into the ocean of sadness. I cannot sleep. Oh Allah, you know. I cannot hide from you. But I will not utter anything against Sharia. That's it. That's it. Sometimes, even half-heartedly you will say that, oh Allah, you are Rabbul Alamin. Allah loves it. Allah loves it because you are human. And that practicing period every now and again comes in everyone's life. In everyone's life. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us firmness onto every aqidah. And that's why, whenever we have aqidah sabak, I say that in one side of the scale, you have 1,000 hajj. And on the other side of the scale, you have correct and sound aqidah. This will be more weighty than 1,000 hajj. And one dalil everybody will understand. All believers, after the first believer after Nabi Sallallahu Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala, Khadija radiallahu ta'ala, whoever accepted Islam first, from them till the day of Qiyamah, all believers, all awliya and kutub and akhtab, imagine how much they will have their amal. When it comes to the quantity of their amal, Nabi Sallallahu amal will not be that much in quantity. But can you say that their scale of deeds will be more weighty than the scale of deed of Nabi Sallallahu? No. Why? Because his iman will supersede everybody. That is where we will understand. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us committed more towards our aqidah. Aqidah is suffering. This pandemic suggested that this ummah had zero level of aqidah. They must be doing their salat and tilawat and zikr and i'tikaf and umrah and hajj and charity and sadaqah. MashaAllah, well and good. They should keep it up. They should increase more. But they must work onto the aqidah more. Pandemic suggested that this ummah is very, very low aqidah wise. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us have firm aqidah, solid aqidah. We live and die onto the aqaid of Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Allah, make it possible that we have aqaid, firmness like Sahaba. Nothing will become short in your treasure and our taqdeer will shine. Inshallah. يَفْعَلُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَهُوَ غَيْرُ ظَالِمٍ أَبَدًا. Remember, understand this sentence. Allah does whatever He feels like, but He is never ever zalim. Shakil's daughter, few months into ICU, struggling between life and death. Sometimes evil forces will make you think that what does Allah get out of this innocent child? But when you have firmness onto this aqidah, that He does what He feels like and He is never zalim. He has His infinite wisdom. We are tiny, small, minute creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where we are going to understand His hikam, wisdoms. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us firm iman. Some tafsiri riwayat I heard that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala distributed intelligence and aql, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave 99 shares to Nabi Sallallahu, and one share Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it in between the all mankind. So imagine, He had 99 shares and we have one share. When it comes on our part to understand Nabi Sallallahu and his kalam's hikmat, it will be sometime beyond our reach. And where Allah's kalam and Allah's af'al and Allah's taqdeer and Allah's mashiyat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us correct understanding. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does what He feels like, and He is never ever zalim. He is never ever zalim. What will happen? When all the jigsaw pieces will come together on the day of judgment, then Nabi Sallallahu said that very trouble when you were facing, and as long as you have that natural bitterness and pain and agony and distress and etc., you will not be whole responsible. In fact, for that also you will be rewarded. And we are human. We have human instincts. So we will feel pain. But when we will see all the jigsaw pieces together on the day of judgment, then you will wish, oh, I had only life of 60 years, and in 60 years, 40 years I was ill. I wish now I would have been given 200 years age, and I would have had double the illnesses than what I had. Because now jigsaw pieces coming together. And now it is becoming beautiful picture. And now you will be cashing maximum there. That's when Nabi Sallallahu mentioned that person who was in trouble in this dunya, he will wish that why they didn't take scissor and cut the whole skin of my body. Because every trouble will be paid by so many multifolds by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open the door of His hikmat on you. But if you say no, first it must make sense to me, then I will believe, then you are not believing on Allah, you are worshipping your own sense. That's why Allah is not opening the door of wisdom unto you, hikmat unto you. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make our submission perfect, deep, solid, that it remains unmoved. Then you will see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens some door of understanding His wisdom. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make that also possible. Taqaddasa an kulli su'in. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is pure from every, any wrong or any badness you can think of, you can never think of unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is taqaddasa an kulli su'in. Wa tanazzaha an kulli aibin wa shaynin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is park and pure from every fault and from every what you call dent and from every stain. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is park. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pure. La yus'alu amma yaf'al wa hum yus'alun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot be questioned that why did you do this? And they will be questioned. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot be questioned and they will be questioned. And again, I will remind that youngsters, Hadith Sharif, who shared with me in Istanbul, and he must have lost many family members and whole family must be torn apart. He was from Syria and somehow he must have taken asylum in Istanbul, and he was saying that my Nabi Sallallahu said that even my whole body becomes mince. It's Allah's property. He does whatever He feels like. What right do I have to question Him? That's what he was saying. So, we learn that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tastes those who only can bear that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remove all the calamities from the Sham and from Masjidul Aqsa and from Gaza. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us strong iman, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala connect us to the Aqid of Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah. If I have taken extra time today, forgive me. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.